today is going to be a fun one. It's called Finn. It's by, I hope I'm pronouncing Mr. Box's name right, but I think it's Box. It's going to be a 60XT, which we were just talking about this, about how we were kind of all craving maybe a bit of a 60XT or 65XT, something like that again. So we were blessed with a 60XT. This one here is going to be available on Click Clack, Prototypist, Keycaps Store, and SwitchKey and MinoKey for Canada. So we're going to get some cool ones here, and it starts at around 420. Funny number to start at, but excited to take a look at this one here though. Now, they did send this over. This is technically a sponsored stream. That won't change anything about how I feel, and we are not keeping the board after this. I don't know if this will be the exact carrying case that you guys get for this, but there will be a carrying case included. I think there's a few other things too they said that were going to be included. There'll be a branded case? Okay. I think this is a bit of an older case anyways. But yeah, there's two versions that Box sent over. I guess we'll just take a look at this one here first, and I'll take out the other one. 60XT. You can't be mad at it, man. Can't be mad. This is going to be gasket mounted, which we'll take a look. I believe there's two different hardnesses of gaskets there. I also got sent a secondary unit, which is, I think, a red in polycarbonate, kind of opposite. Interesting for this one here, though, because I think this one here will have a different sound profile, more so than the polycarbonate top. I feel like this will have a bassier sound profile, simply because the resonance and the way that sound bounces off of polycarbonate does differ than aluminum. But such a pretty board. I don't even know what to call this. What's the official name for this particular color? Eclipse for this color, but it's like an orange. I would say this is an orange. I think it does have, like, if you look at it next to the red, this is clearly orange. But I guess if you do kind of look at this on its own, without being influenced by the color red, it kind of does have almost this red, darker hue in it. Definitely more like a burnt orange. I guess we can look at both of these, but I think the aluminum top will be easier to kind of see some of these curves. But look at that. So again, this is going to run for about 420. Already love the layout. Love this side profile. I can't say I've ever seen anything like it. So it's an interesting board, and that's kind of when Box approached me about it, I was really interested in taking a look just because the overall shape of the board, it's really nothing I've seen before. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this in terms of just the shape of everything. And then the bottom's a little bit more, I would say, flat, maybe a bit more boring, if anything. But I mean, it's simple for what it is. It has an internal weight, so that weight doesn't peak out on the bottom. However, my argument here is, does it really matter? You don't even see this part. I kind of almost appreciate that more of the detailing went around the keyboard opposed to on the bottom, because it kind of happens a lot in keyboards where we get a lot of detailing, and then the bottom is the part that gets the most and you never see it. But here's the polycarbonate. I have to admit, the polycarb top's beautiful. The polycarb top, actually you can see nicely those curves on the polycarb. It is quite pretty. I don't know though. Do I like the aluminum more? I almost think I do. Just barely. Because I really appreciate how these curves reflect light. Yeah, but then again, I think the polycarbonate bottom does have more visual interest going on it than the aluminum bottom, but still cool. So you can see the cable channel, that's where the weight's supposed to go inside. And then there's the daughter board there. You can see all the gasket cutouts. Pretty though, very pretty. And then we have the layout. You can never be mad at a 60XT. We don't get to see 60XTs too often, so it's always nice to see. I feel like for whatever reason, they're quite rare. Some 60XTs I've seen usually kind of shove two rows of macros on the left or the right. This one here is done in a manner which we've seen before, where it's done split on both sides. I usually prefer when they're on the left side, personally, just because I like having the room on the right side of the keyboard. But this does give it this almost symmetry, which I appreciate a lot. So it's a really cool board. This thing looks awesome. I agree, Drawd. I agree. But yeah, very pretty. Universal daughter board, you can see. You love me a unified daughter board, by the way. And you know what? I actually really appreciate the one small logo on the back over here. And then just Finn, Box. Obviously, it probably won't say prototype over here, but... And then we have some nice internal engravings over here, which should help kind of bounce the sound around a little bit too. Now there was 2 plates today. I think I kind of want to do the aluminum plate. In terms of plate design here, the only, I guess, small smidge of a concern would be some of the placements over here. Now, these are more just gasket tabs, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna perform sound-wise. I think these are far enough away to give at least the switch some breathing room over here, but I guess time can tell. Usually not a big issue when we have stuff like silicone gaskets where you can just take them off as you see fit. But interesting placement. I think if this was me, I maybe would have went with more of like a leaf spring design for the gaskets. But interested to see how this is going to perform. It does have the columns on both sides kind of separated with just a relief cut. So those should separate themselves, I'd say, fair enough from the modifiers, so they don't sound too flat, which is good. And then we have this PCB. Now, I believe this one here was mil-maxed already. The only thing we might have a smidge of an issue on today, which maybe we can just ignore it. If you guys are ever doing mil-max, try not to mil-max sockets over stabilizers. Only because that will lift the stabilizer up and it will cause the stab to kind of sound funky and sometimes even actuate funky too, just because they'll be slanted. So this was done with mil-max sockets, but they're really, really thin ones, so I'm hoping this doesn't pose too much of an issue today. But if you guys ever do that, obviously Box just said these won't be done for the final units. They're going to be hot swap units, which doesn't matter because they're on the bottom. I'll probably just do split backspace, to be honest, just because why not? And we'll do split right because that's how I like my 60s anyways. So we should have a non-issue here, but just for the future if you guys ever do that. But layout wise, if this is going to be reminiscent of the final layout, I mean, we have everything going for us. The only thing I don't see, which I would love to see, is some bottom row options. But yeah, the only thing I would like to see is just some bottom row options. That's it. Other than that, I would say pretty solid. We have some LEDs in the back here, which is nice to see. This will have a 2U option, which I low-key would love to do today. So that is actually really cool. I don't think I've ever seen something like that on an XT. So if you wanted a bigger key, it's just on the right side, you can do that. You have it on the layout here too. Is there support for 10U as well? There is 10U support? Holy shit. So I don't know if it's on this one here, but 10U support if you guys are interested. So far, I'm really liking the overall design of the keyboard. Again, a little bit curious about how the gaskets will perform here on the gasket points over here, but here are our gaskets. They're 20A. Damn, 20A. This is soft then. 20A and 50A. Interesting. And these are just your traditional kind of like gaskets, socks, if you want to call them that. I don't know. I feel like we have 15 different names for these types of gaskets at this point here. So that side profile is doing work right now, Box. I really like that. What do you guys think? This does have RGB. Now, I don't know if this particular unit will show RGB as well as maybe the other unit will, but it almost looks like it's floating because of how this arch is, and it's on polycarbonate, which is kind of cool, actually. Very pretty keyboard, though. Very, very pretty. All right, now to test these switches. I have a good feeling about them. I did sort of try them in a hot swap board, and it sounded great, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, let's put this together. Let's grab our keyboard, take this apart. So we have some exposed screws in the bottom, which I really, really like. It seems pretty easy. It's just a few screws, which I also, you know, I don't talk about this enough, but like simple builds like this, where it's not like I have to disassemble 15 things to swap components. And I think that adds a nice layer of just ease of use. A true prototype, yeah. So it looks like there's 2 different sizes of screws. Damn, the inside of this looks great. All right, let's grab gaskets. Now here's a question for Box. Which do you prefer? I think the 50A would probably be better in my humble opinion, but I don't know if I've ever used something as soft as 20. Or maybe I haven't. Usually I'm not a really big like 30 and under kind of guy. I'm more of like a 50 or 70A kind of guy. 50 is the good sweet spot. I agree, 50 is usually the sweet spot when it comes to silicone gaskets. The harder the better. Yeah. I was using 28 a lot before I sent it out because it was new to me. Oh, what was your thoughts on 28? Do you find it made the sound like a little bit softer, or did it make it less bassy? Very comfortable. Oh, interesting. So it's more of a typing experience thing? Harder is better for sound? Yeah. And that kind of tracks with even my experience with gaskets. I'm already sold on the Polycarb top. It's like a nice thickness too. I think that's kind of what's selling me on this particular case. Like the polycarbonate frame on the top is a nice thickness. My God, this thing is beautiful. Yeah, I think $420 for this is a fair price. So actually, I appreciate that the polycarbonate one's still the same price. $420 for most of these options is pretty good. Can't complain. Ah, dude, this looks great. Purple keycaps on this would be actually pretty nice. I'm not even gonna front with you guys. I actually wouldn't mind purple or something. Damn, this looks good. I think it looks great with the purple. It's actually a pretty close purple. Not exact for the switches and keycaps here, but damn. What do you guys think? All right, box. I'll give you this. The keyboard looks great. It really does. The back's really cool too. When you look at the polycarbonate version, just seeing how it stops over here, just because the frame, it's kind of neat. It's like spills over. Yeah, sounds good. It's okay. The switches, not the keyboard right now. I can tell they're wanting to be a cherry, but they almost have this louder punch. I do think the board is well balanced, where it doesn't show any harsher resonance of the switch at all, which is actually kind of interesting too, because yeah, it's not, because this is louder, I thought maybe this would draw out some more metal noise from something, but no, it's pretty well, I mean, maybe again, polycarbonate top here. No, I think this is very well balanced. It's comfortable to type on too. It has I believe this is a 7-degree typing angle. Let's go through all the stats now. 7.5-degree typing angle, 19.5 mil front height, so a little taller, but I don't mind this at all. Again, up to 20 mil is usually my preference. The 50A sounds nice. I mean, there's nothing really past here. I think it sounds good. I do. Why on earth would you make that 2U? Bro, stop. It looks cool. 2U goat it? This is cool. I like the fact that this gives you that option too. I think, for me, the selling point on this right now is the design is really nice. I like the layout. We don't get to see 60 XTs, I would say, done very often. Even rarer to find I don't know, just something a bit more high-end that sounds nice. Usually it's kind of on boards that maybe we don't absolutely are thrilled about, but I've always been a sucker for XTs as well. I'm with Knopf on this one, man. I'm huge with that. I love XTs. All right, well, I'm super happy with the way this sounds. Spacebar sounds great too. I was a bit nervous for the spacebar. Ultimately, spacebar sounds good. Okay, let's get this open and try I guess we'll try the aluminum top next. Also, really appreciate standard bubble feet. That's nice too. Ooh, there is a bit of a different sound profile. Ever so slightly different. You can hear a bit more of the resonance now. I think I preferred... You guys like this better. I actually like that one. They're better. Really? I guess you do get a sense of more of an aluminum sound here. There's a PC bottom too. We're going to do another combination. Hold on though. I want to try one thing. From a typing standpoint right now, I do feel like there is a bit of fatigue going on at the spacebar. So what I want to try is actually just putting those 28 gaskets where the space bars are. Here's the thing though. I don't think it's impacting sound one bit. At least maybe to my ears. I think it sounds like a great spacebar. But it is a little bit harder to type on. The nice thing about this is we can swap the gaskets there. So let's swap the two underneath the spacebar for 20. Let's make it a bit softer so the spacebar isn't as tough to click. The 28 gaskets is very helpful for sound or for fatigue. I think the sound on this keyboard's very well rounded. Box did a really good job on this. I think those internal steps inside the case too are doing work. All right, let's take out the weight here and then we'll put everything into the polycarbonate case. How does this look now in full polycarb? Ooh, I kind of like seeing the switches and stuff, or the PCB. I'm already a big fan of this full polycarbonate version. Actually, being able to see the brass is kind of nice. Here is an all poly. Oh yeah, that does look cool. Damn, that does look cool in all polycarbonate. I take it back. I actually like this one here the most, visually. Although the aluminum is nice because you can see the curves better, clearly, like you can't really tell as much in polycarbonate. But damn. It does look nice. I had a feeling I'd like this a little bit more personally in polycarbonate. Already have my headphone out. I mean, to me, this sounds the nicest. And then if you guys, here, just to show you guys this too, we'll put in like a regular schmegular, like, I don't know, milky yellow. Because this isn't a Franken switch that I made, which does have a bit more of a sharper bottom out, which I think contributes to like a really nice sound profile. But let's just try a milky yellow for you guys too. It's still pretty sharp. I'd say this board definitely leans to a sharper... Yeah, a bit of a sharper sound profile overall, which is kind of fun. All right, now we have one last thing to try. So let's take out this and we'll put the aluminum top back on with the polycarbonate bottom. All right, this is nice too. Okay, I don't know what's my favorite at this point here. I do feel like the PC bottom has this nice contrast that I can't really describe too well. It just feels like a bit more layered, more purposeful. Okay, all right. I'm kind of into this one. Yeah, I mean, that looks great. This looks nice. All right, let's see how this sounds. To my ears, this also sounds like relatively balanced. I don't know now which one I like the best. I would say they all sound good. Oddly enough, though, I do think that my favorite combination was probably the polycarbonate overall. However, I'm hearing a bit of something different in this one, maybe compared to the full polycarbonate. I'll have to go back and play just to make sure I'm not going crazy. Visually, this is probably the best combo. I actually really like this combination in general. I think this gives you the curves in aluminum, which I do think looks the best, and then that peak of polycarbonate. I do wish this was a version that was able to be bought, because you would have to pick up an additional piece, which means an extra $100 or something like that. I mean, dude, that looks crazy good with this kind of like flare over here and then this layer of polycarb. I don't think there's anything wrong with just going with full polycarbonate though, if you're into this keyboard. I don't know if I'd get this in wooden keyless myself. I do think wooden key looks the best for this. But I mean, dude, to each their own. Like, some people might like the blockers. All right, well, box, I really like it. It sounds good. I don't think I mean, other than the stuff I've already told you, I don't think there's any like major concerns I have. The vendors, good list of vendors we got going on here. The keyboard, like I said, it's a relatively simple overall kind of like internal design. So there's not really anything like that's being reworked or new here. So I don't have any concerns. The board, I think, justifies its price point with its curves, like literally everywhere. It has some good choices of material. It seems like we get some nice little, even like brass internal weight over here, which is some nice options. So I'm happy. Yeah, I have no quarrels with this at all. Overall, this is fun. It's unique too. Again, XTs don't come out that often. So it's nice that we get an XT. I think maybe the only like major thing is this. I wish we had a solder PCB, but I think you said that you can offer those, which would be great. All right, guys, love you. Talk to you soon, and bye-bye, everybody.